jail and fined as much as $90,000. His trial has been set for April 26th. Jack and Liz?
Well, that is, I'm sure you found out today, the state police quite embarrassed by having a couple of their officers named and alleged to be involved with marijuana, and I know that they were very cooperative last night and also today, trying to give us some information on this story. Coming up in just a moment, quite a story. 70 years in going strong.
We're going to meet a couple who knows the secret to marriage in the final segment of our special series, For Better or For Worse, when we return.
Taylor, only until March 31st, 1982.
Nureyev. The Boston Ballet presents the legendary Rudolph Nureyev, dancing every performance of his Don Quixote, live on stage at the Metropolitan Center for 2 weeks only, March 11th through 21st. Call 542-3945 for an evening you'll never forget.
What's happening in the art scene around New England? Watch You Gotta Have Art, the monthly magazine airing Friday night at 8. Hosted by Joyce Cole-Haywick, the program spotlights local artists and entertainers. Catch up on the career of an aspiring local actress and take a look at the art collection of architect Graham Gunn. Then go on a tour of the Museum of Afro-American Artists. See what's hot on the Boston jazz scene and previews and reviews of the arts happenings around New England. You Gotta Have Arts, Friday night at 8 on Today's 4.
A long and happy marriage is a rare expectation for many young couples today. We're living in an age of disposable marriages. But tonight, as we conclude our special series, For Better or For Worse, we remember how it used to be. 2 weeks ago, on Valentine's Day, these couples rallied at Faneuil Hall to publicly express their love for each other and their belief that government cannot solve social problems unless America has strong families.
And whereas it is our hope that the institution of marriage may once again be revered as the cornerstone of the American society and its way of life, now, therefore,
The event was given official recognition by Governor King, who proclaimed it, "We Believe in Marriage Day." A capacity crowd filled the hall to honor couples who had been married 40 years or more and to present them with special Golden Love Awards.
You were engaged 57 years today.
Great. Congratulations, Fred.
These long-lasting marriages were of special interest to me because I had just learned about the DeLuca family of Quincy. Cosmo DeLuca is 90 years old, a stonemason most of his life. Josephine DeLuca is 93. She reared a family of 7 children, cooking, sewing, and cleaning till this day. The DeLucas have been married 70 years and say they are as much in love today as they were in their youth. Mario, one of their sons, remembers most of those years as happy times for a close family.
Everybody used to flock here Sundays and Saturdays, and it was always big meals, good times of eating, you know.
The DeLucas were married on the 22nd of January in 1912 in the small Italian village of Itri. Cosmo came to America first to find work and to build a home for Josephine. There were 7 children in all, 5 boys and 2 girls. 4 of the boys fought in World War II. But Matthew didn't come home. He died in the crash of a B-25, the only death in this family in 70 years.
That's Eleanor.
Armando.
Mario. Marijo, that's my name.
Today, the family continues to grow. There are now 11 great-grandchildren and 22 grandchildren. Oops, make that 23 grandchildren.
Oh, Dad. You see, Dad?
The strength of this family is like the granite arches that Cosmo built more than 50 years ago as a foundation for his family's home, a home where he and Josephine still live today.
Grandpa helped every one of us build our homes right from the ground up.
If there is a keystone to this family, it's the close-knit way they've lived together over the years. This is the backyard of the DeLuca house. Most of the 41 members of this family live just a few blocks from where we are now. Over there is daughter Janet's house. Over there, daughter Doris. And son Mario lives just over the rise. The DeLucas are living a long, healthy, and happy life, enriched and strengthened by the physical closeness of their sons, daughters, and grandchildren. It is a marriage worthy of this small personal celebration or the recognition of a large public event.
And express our thanks to Cosmo and Josephine DeLuca for being with us this morning.
Incidentally, Jack, word of the DeLuca's 70th anniversary went all the way to Washington, D.C. They received congratulations from President Reagan, which was really nice.
Oh, an absolutely lovely story. I think even people who've had bad marriages at one time or another can look at a story like that and say how fortunate those people are.
70 years.
That's good, the DeLucas. Our hats off to you. And looks like a pretty good stonemason, too. Well, let's talk to a man who's tried to put up a few stones in his life in his own home and it didn't look quite that good, Bruce.
Well, as long as you put a lot of molding on it and cover it with cement, you're all set. We've got a forecast coming up for this weekend that calls for some pleasant weather tomorrow, but it's still going to be colder than normal, normal high being about 40 degrees.
That sounds good after today. Bruce has the forecast coming up next.
Well, after a couple of bone-chilling days, it'll be nice to have the temperature going up even though ever so slightly for the weekend.
Well, it's certainly going to be a nice day tomorrow. There will be some high, thin clouds around, and I know you have no complaints. And most New Englanders will not have any complaints because we will see the temperatures going into the mid-30s with light winds. And that means we've got some fine weather on tap, and of course, most of us are off. I hope. Well, here we have a picture of today, selling papers. I sell the morning papers, sir. My name is Jimmy Brown. That's an old country tune we used to sing in college. I can't remember who did it, but it was some famous guy who had high boots and a guitar and the whole shtick. But anyway, it was beautiful in Harvard Square, and it was beautiful around New England, out of the wind. Now, the winds weren't as strong today as they were yesterday, and they are dying off rapidly now. A big high is coming right across. That's why. To the north, we have a weak low. It's going to travel eastward. And on the backside, this trailing cold front will swing down and reinforce the cold air regime, so it's going to be a little colder Sunday than it is going to be tomorrow. To the south, it is cool with some cloudiness, but the thicker clouds are farther to the south. In fact, from the Carolinas westward to East Texas, they've got a big storm on their hands. It's out in the Gulf of Mexico. It's feeding on warm and humid air, pleasant weather, and warm and humid in Florida, south of Orlando. But out in here, we have 2 to 4 inches of snow in East Texas, 6 to 12 inches of snow. And where else? The Boston Mountains. I never knew there were Boston Mountains. Must have been some guy from the local area going down there. Hey, let's call them the Boston Mountains. There they are in west central Arkansas. And they've got a lot of problems down in here. They've got some freezing rain and snow in Georgia and on through Mississippi and Alabama. It's going to be moving eastward into the Carolinas. To the west, more clear weather. To the north, it's cloudy and cold weather. It continues cloudy on into the Pacific Northwest. There's quite a bit of heavy rain falling out in here, but it's sunny in Southern California. In fact, this is the way it looked out there this afternoon. You can see some cloudiness with storms out at sea, one just passing beyond Hawaii out to the west here. Now there is some fog. This is fog out in here off the southwest coast of California, but the rain is falling in Washington and Oregon states once again. One of the big reasons why that's not a great area for solar collection. They get a lot of cloudiness out there. Here in the east, we have the clear skies from New England southwestward down to Chesapeake Bay. Then the cloudiness gets thicker, and this is where all that weather action is, and it's going to continue as it slides off to the east, northeast, and we'll have some of those high clouds in our region during tomorrow. 28 now, westerly winds, clear skies. The high was 32. Along the south coast, 20s and 30s to New York City, where it's 33. It's 28 in Springfield. To the north, 20s, but teens on through Burlington, below 0 atop Mount Washington, 14 below. 20 in Portland, and 20 in Concord. Should be some great skiing this weekend. And here's our forecast for Boston and vicinity. For tonight, clear. Upper teens downtown, 10 suburbs, light winds. Tomorrow, a fine day. It'll be sunny and cool. I guess we're missing the rest of the forecast here. The winds will be light and we'll have VFR flying conditions. For tomorrow night, it's going to be partly cloudy, just a few clouds around, upper teens again. And for Sunday, the winds will be out of the northwest, a little stronger, and it's only going to be in the lower 30s, but we'll have plenty of sunshine. So not all that bad this weekend.
Oh, what an interesting weathercast. I sell the morning paper. My name is Jimmy Brown.
Yeah, maybe one of our viewers will know that song.
It slipped me. That's a miss.
All of us up here. Buffalo Bill, can you sing a song or what's in store?
I wouldn't dare try it, Elizabeth. We have some good show tonight. Rob Carpenter had a big night. Mark Fidrich shows up at Red Sox camp. All the good things.
Oh, I'd like to hear good things. And Bob LaBelle talk about those, including a new chapter for a former Rookie of the Year, this man.
Yeah, I have a AAA contract for